Never let the customers take their nail clippings. We must take good care of them, Mama Riya instructed her staff, her voice firm and serious. At Divine Touch, the most popular nail salon in the city, this was a rule that could never be broken. But why would a nail salon care so much about tiny clippings? In the heart of the busy city, where cars honked and markets buzzed, Mama Riya owns a very special nail salon called Divine Touch. People would walk past many other nail salons just to go to hers. Her shop was always packed with women waiting patiently, sometimes for hours, just to get their nails done. But no one complained about the wait. Why? Because Mama Riya was the best. Her designs were perfect, her colors bright, and her customers always left feeling special. Women from all over the city would talk about how great Mama Riya's work was. They felt lucky to get an appointment. Some even brought their daughters and sisters, eager to show off their fancy new nails. It seemed like everyone wanted to visit Divine Touch. Mama Riya's salon was the talk of the town, but hidden behind her friendly smile and the beautiful salon was a secret no one knew about. A secret that was the real reason her shop was so successful. And that secret would soon change everything. Before Mama Riya's salon became so famous, she had learned about a strange ritual. One day while visiting her village, she met an old woman who whispered tales of ancient magic. This magic could bring wealth and success, but it came with a rule. Once you started, you could never stop. The old woman warned Mama Riya to use it wisely. Mama Riya, eager to make her nail salon the best, decided to try the ritual. But there was something odd about it. The magic needed nail clippings, the small bits of nails that people cut off during their manicures and pedicures. The ritual said that these clippings were powerful because they held a part of the person they came from. Mama Riya had to keep every clipping, grind them into a fine powder, and mix them into a sacred drink. Every night she drank the mixture to keep her business booming and customers coming back. There was one important rule. No one was allowed to take their nail clippings away from the shop, and all nail clippings must be used. They had to stay with Mama Riya. She made sure to remind her staff every day, never let the customers take their clippings. We must take good care of them. Mama Riya didn't take any chances. She made sure all her workers knew the importance of keeping the nail clippings. She even set up CCTV cameras in the shop to watch everything. If anyone tried to take their clippings with them, the cameras would catch it. The staff had been trained on what to say if a customer asked about their clippings. "Don't worry, Mom," they'd say with a smile. "We take care of everything here at Divine Touch. We make sure you leave happy and we'll clean up for you." The customers would usually nod, thinking nothing of it. The workers would then carefully sweep all the clippings into a jar in the back of the shop. This wasn't just any jar. It was a special one that Mama Riya used for her nightly ritual. After the shop closed and everyone went home, she would grind the clippings, whispering the words of the ritual, and mix them into her sacred drink. Every night, she sipped it and smiled, feeling the magic working, keeping her salon busy and her customers loyal. Everything seemed perfect until one fateful day. Mama Riya hired a new worker named Mary. Mary was kind and hardworking, but she didn't know much about the secret of the nail clippings yet. She had only started working at Divine Touch that day, and no one had explained to her just how important it was to keep the clippings. That afternoon, Mary had a customer come in for a pedicure. She did a great job, making the customer's feet look beautiful. But when she finished, Mary swept up the nail clippings and, without thinking, threw them in the trash. When Mama Riya found out what had happened using the CCTV, she felt a chill run down her spine. She rushed to the back of the shop, hoping it wasn't true. But it was. The clippings were gone. Her heart raced. She knew the ritual had been broken. Her face turned pale, and without wasting a second, she ordered the staff, "Go to the trash. Search every bin. Bring back all the nail clippings you can find." Panic filled the shop as her workers rushed to sift through the trash, grabbing anything that even looked like a nail clipping. Mama Ria knew what was at stake. If she couldn't get back every single nail, the ritual would fail, and the consequences could be terrible. But even as the staff searched, a heavy feeling settled in her chest. She realized she couldn't take any chances. Without telling anyone, Mama Ria hurried back to the village. She had to find the old woman who had taught her the ritual years ago. She needed to know if there was any way to fix this mistake. After hours of traveling, Mama Ria reached the village and found the old woman sitting under a large tree, exactly where she had met her years ago. Desperation in her voice, Mama Ria explained everything. How the new worker had thrown away the nail clippings, how they were trying to find them in the trash, and how she feared the curse was coming. The old woman listened carefully, her face calm but serious. When Mama Ria finished, the old woman spoke in a slow, heavy voice. "There is nothing you can do, Mama Ria. The magic is broken. Even if just one nail clipping is missing, the power will be lost. You should never have used the magic this way." Mama Ria's heart sank. "But surely there must be something," she pleaded. "What if I find them all?" The old woman shook her head. "Let's hope you do for your own sake." Mama Ria's legs felt weak, but she refused to believe it. She hurried back to the city, hoping that somehow everything would be okay. When Mama Ria returned to her salon, the staff greeted her with relief. "We found the clippings," they exclaimed, showing her a small jar filled with the pieces they had salvaged from the trash. Mama Ria sighed in relief. Maybe she could still save her salon. Maybe the old woman was wrong. She took the jar, ground the clippings, and mixed them into her drink like usual. "It's all going to be fine," she whispered to herself. She drank it down and felt a brief sense of peace. Everything went back to normal and she slept peacefully. The next day, Mama Ria went about her business as usual. The customers still came and her workers continued to serve them, but something wasn't right. Deep down, Mama Ria had a nagging feeling that something was missing. She couldn't shake the words of the old woman from her mind. Even if one nail clipping is lost, the magic will break. As Mama Ria sat in her office, she felt a sharp pain shoot through her hands. It was sudden and fierce, unlike anything she had felt before. She gasped and looked down at her hands. To her horror, they began to swell and twist, just like they had when the curse first touched her. She stood up, but the pain quickly spread to her feet. Her legs buckled under her as her feet began to twist and swell too. She cried out for help, but there was no one who could save her now. The curse was in full force. Mama Ria's skin began to peel and crack. It hardened into rough, brittle nails, the same kind she had collected from her customers for years. Her once beautiful hands and feet were turning into grotesque, twisted versions of themselves. Desperation filled her eyes. She had thought the ritual was saved when she found the clippings, but now she realized the truth. Some of the clippings had been lost in the trash, and there was no saving her. The pain was unbearable, but worse than the pain was the knowledge that the curse she had used to grow her business was now destroying her. All because of one mistake, one lost clipping. Within minutes, Mama Ria's entire body had changed. Her once smooth, glowing skin was now rough, cracked, and peeling. Her hands and feet were swollen, twisted, and covered in nail-like scales. She was unrecognizable. The workers found her the next morning, curled up in pain, her body deformed by the curse. Word spread quickly, and soon no one wanted to visit Divine Touch. Customers stopped coming, the workers left, and the once busy salon stood empty. As for Mama Ria, she disappeared from the city. Some say she went back to the village, hoping to find a cure. Others believe she still roams the streets at night, her hands and feet twisted beyond repair, a living reminder of what happens when greed and magic mix. And the lesson of Mama Ria's downfall became a story passed on to those who tried to cheat their way to success. Be careful of the powers you use, for once broken, some rules cannot be fixed. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more interesting stories like this. Thank you for watching and see you next time.